What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the challenge. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, baby mothers. It's another video about baby mamas. They don't like it when men say this stuff. Look at this.
Mostly single moms try to convince men that being a stepdad is the ultimate display of masculinity.
Say what now?
Meanwhile, the guys are sitting there like, yeah, no thanks, I'm good. And here's the thing. It's not hate, it's logic. Men are expected to fund someone else's choices, raise another man's child, and somehow be called alpha for doing it. That's not strength. That's strategy failure. So in this video, we're going to break it all down. The contradictions, the emotional manipulation, the rebranding of weakness as bravery. This one's for the guys who ever got told, real men raise other men's kids. Let's see how that logic holds up when you actually say it out loud.
You're on a business trip. You guys are businessmen. You're doing your thing. You're traveling. You meet this beautiful girl. She's classy. She's successful. She's smart. You really enjoy her company. She's 27 years old. She's an accountant. She makes $100,000 a year, and she has a 3-year-old son. The good news is he's potty trained. Where do you gentlemen with no kids that I know about go from here? McQueen.
She's done. She's just getting hit and that's it.
So you're banging her,
Yeah, for sure.
and then what happens?
And then sayonara, bitch, you know?
That's
Would
it.
you like her to get in her pants, or would you be like, yeah, I'm only here to fuck? Like,
Well, I mean, if I do I know that she has a kid from the get-go?
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Then yeah, no. I mean, I'm just immediately just trying to fuck. That's it for sure.
That's
What
it.
would
So
you
that
tell
is-
her that?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is the part modern women hate to hear, but deep down, they already know it's true. The average guy isn't sitting there thinking, wow, she's a mom. What a turn on. No, he's thinking, she's fun for the night, but she's already made her choices. And here's the thing. She's 27, makes 6 figures, got a kid, and modern society calls that a catch. But to most men, that's a liability package with lip gloss on it. Men date forward. We think about our legacy, our future kids, our resources. We don't want to invest in a woman who already gave the best years of her life and her womb to another man.
Now, that's him saying the quiet part out loud. That's him admitting that, yeah, I'll just try to clap. Now, imagine what guys are really saying behind the screen. She's a single mom. Yeah, I'll clap, but I won't take her serious. But what a lot of guys don't say is this. I'm not taking her serious. I'm just gonna see her as a fuck because what is she really worth? That's what guys are really saying. A lot of women don't want to hear that, but I mean, you gotta be honest here. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I'm not being cruel, it's just biological math. But the irony is, when a man says this honestly, he's labeled toxic. Yet if a woman says she won't date a broke guy with roommates, suddenly she's setting standards. So the honesty this dude's showing here? The girls will hate it, but they'd respect it more if men stopped pretending otherwise.
Yeah.
David, you meet this girl. What do you do?
I made this mistake last time and found out the hard way. That's actually kind of how I came upon some of these podcasts about the
Really?
red pill stuff. Yeah,
What was the situation?
I'm sorry.
single mom, had been divorced. I think the problem is that men look at that very differently than the women do. It's hard to get our perspectives to be aligned, right? So
Okay.
her perspective was very defensive. It wasn't, I made bad choices in life that brought me here. I'm grateful someone's given me a chance. It was, my kid's amazing. I'm amazing. You're lucky to be here. It was very hard to get on the perspective I had, which was, this is definitely not ideal. I'm going out of my comfort zone. I'm expecting quite a bit of appreciation on it. And they were like, I don't owe you anything.
Thanks, feminism,
Some other guys,
right?
yeah.
Am I right?
And it was like, that was a bad investment.
Troy, you're at the club. You meet this gorgeous girl. You know her situation. She's got the 3-year-old. His name's Dylan, by the way.
Oh, nice
What are
name.
you doing with the girl?
I mean, look, personally for me, I wouldn't
want to get into something serious with a woman who has a kid. That's just no disrespect to single mothers. That's just in my life. That's just not something that I would want to take on. So it would have to be casual, and I would make that pretty clear up front.
You'd be up front. You're not going to do the McQueen approach where you just gotcha, bitch.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, the way that I tend to move, I'm not going to be sitting down with her, you know. If this is kind of a one-night stand situation, sitting down to her, right, just to be clear, these are the terms of our engagement. I'm not going to be that sort of specific about it, but she's going to kind of know from my vibe. She's going to get the idea, because I'm traveling a lot anyway, do you know what I mean? So the whole setup is not going to be one that is likely to be leading towards something long-term. So that would be my answer. I mean, effectively the same as McQueen's, but I'd probably soften the blow a little
Kevin,
bit.
do you have a different response?
I don't avoid single moms. I've dated a few single moms, but I've found a selfish trait amongst most of them. There's not one single mom that I haven't dated who has not said something to the effect of, you know, what's important about you being around is I want my kid to see his or her mother being loved right. And I'm like, what do you want, fucking make out in front of the kid? He's already confused enough as it is. He's wondering, where's dad and who the fuck is this? That's all the kid is wondering. Any of us that had step parents and shit, most of us met our step parents like 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's drunk, and it's like, son, Jim is here because your father ain't shit. And it's like very confusing. So I really do take children and their youth and upbringing and innocence very serious. So really, I don't give a shit what the mom wants. I'm thinking in terms of like, what's best for the kid that you have. I'll think for your kid before you do, and think all this is going to bring him is confusion. You need to completely keep these worlds separate if you're going to fuck with
So
them.
you're saying that
I couldn't agree more. Most single moms don't even realize how selfish they sound when they say stuff like, I just want my child to see me being loved right. It sounds
Let me let him finish right quick.
sweet until you actually think about it. Because that's not about the kid. That's about her. She's not thinking, what's best for my child? She's thinking, how can I feel loved again? And that's the same mindset that ends most marriages in the first place.
Exactly. And I just got to say something here to the effect of this. Ladies, y'all may think that y'all sound courageous when you say that I want my children to see me loved right. I just want to say this. You may feel that way, but the problem comes in is like this. A lot of y'all choose a certain type of man and then expect another man to come in and accept you and your children when you should have picked and chose right in the first place. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, it's crazy because it's wrong for men to say that, when in fact I'm gonna say this. Y'all put yourselves into these positions. Y'all do. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But let's tell the truth, shame the devil. A lot of y'all put yourselves into positions to the point where y'all literally end up in a situation to where you have kids. And now you're on a search for a man that's going to help teach your children right from wrong. That's where the issue comes in, because now you're looking for something more instead of actually looking for something that's going to actually help your child grow. Because let's face it, children really don't listen to their step parents. Children listen to their biological fathers. That's the reason why so many men are like this. It's so important for you to choose the father of your children right the first time, instead of now coming back and saying, you know what, I fucked up. Now I need to find somebody that actually is going to take me serious, because now I have nobody. A lot of y'all put yourselves into the positions. Y'all really do. And then you come around and start blaming men for your poor mistakes, your poor decisions. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you can't really blame men, because y'all chose the problems that y'all go through. Sorry to tell you that, but it's the truth.
Women file for divorce over 70% of the time, and if they're college educated, it's close to 90%. And most of the time, it's not because of abuse or cheating. It's because they weren't happy. So it's feelings over family. Again. No thought for the kids, no sense of duty to the family, just emotion driving every decision. Then years later, they want a man to step in, clean up the mess, and call him a real man for doing it, while completely ignoring the fact that their own choices are what broke the home in the first place. That's not empowerment, that's entitlement.
She should not date anymore?
No,
Or
but-
she
no,
she
but-
should stay with the guy?
No,
What's your
but a lot
solution?
of them are probably not you because you're, a savage
like,
and
I'm
shit.
very
Yeah, no, I know you're
invested in this
different in every way, and that's
situation.
why everybody loves you. But I mean, no, but this eagerness to like find the replacement stepdaddy thing is, I've never not come.
Last question for the guys,
Never
and
not
then I'm
come
going to turn
across
it
it.
over to the girls. Would it be different? Would you have a different perspective if you actually had a kid already?
Yeah.
So you're almost doing like a Brady Bunch situation.
Yeah,
all
but I
of these
don't.
guys don't.
No.
So no?
No.
So you're just not trying to raise someone else's kid?
No, because it's like now if I have my own kid, now I got 2 little niggas I gotta take care of.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Nobody wants that.
And same thing. Now my kid's wondering where's mom and who's this thought.
Got it. Okay.
Same thing.
Troy, if you had a
Confuse the
kid, would you
children.
be a little more comfortable?
No, because I came from my parents divorced, and then we got sort of put together into another family, and I mean, that was problematic. It's not always like Kevin was saying. I mean, when you think about the kids in these situations being brought up, that there can be a lot of problems in those situations. So I would be even if I had a kid, I'd be very wary about just sort of like
Gotcha.
shoving
Ladies,
it together.
Here's where I need your help. How many people here have kids? Tracy? Janelle?
Put a green
So there's
light.
2 of you ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't look around. Look right at me. Raise your red or your green. Should men date single moms? Hold it up high. Hold it up high. Pixie, we have. Okay, guys, I don't flicker it.
They're in between.
We have red, we have green, 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 green. So most of it is green. 4 or 5 of you is red. So Tracy, you put your green up because you're a single mom.
Yes.
Sell us on why one of these gentlemen should be your new boy toy baby daddy situation.
No, I think that there's people in the world for everybody. I don't think anyone should be my son's father. I think someone that's going to come to my life will love me and eventually end up loving my son, but I am not looking for a baby daddy. I am
And that's the problem. You should have been looking for a husband instead of finding a baby daddy and having a son. That's your red flag. That's your problem. You should have been looking for a husband instead of looking for fun.
looking for a partner.
I'm listening
And
very
that's the
closely to
difference.
this one.
So,
So nobody's replacing that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So-
You know what gets me? These single moms always talk about how everyone has someone, but somehow the one person their child actually needed, the father, doesn't count. You can't talk about love and new beginnings when the original family you built is sitting broken because of your choices. You can't separate selfishness from that. Leaving your home, your child's father, that's not strength, that's self-centeredness dressed up as empowerment.
You know, a lot of these chicks is just, it's pathetic because it's like all of a sudden now you wanna sit here and act like you're the victim, and now you're wanting to get somebody that's something more. Like, it's pathetic to me.
That mindset is usually the same one that got her here in the first place.
what would you say to the guy that's like, I don't even know, you're hot, you're cool, you're great. I can't even get over the fact that you have a kid, and as dope as you are, I'm mentally blocked.
then
It's kinda
that
what you were
means that
saying there?
that's not the person for me.
Not
Got
quite
it.
what I was saying, but go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Can I jump on what you
Sure,
said?
yeah.
Because I have a lot to say, and I'll be brief, but I want to make a few points. First of all, you guys are all obviously talented and very much so respected in your fields, including yourself. And I know your battle with having children back and forth. But
What's my battle?
Well, you said you're ambivalent.
I'm gonna have kids one day
Yeah,
with
one
the-
day,
with
but
the-
like
with the lady.
when you were always like asking your friends, you really like it? Like, you know.
What's sex, guys? I've
Okay.
never heard of this
Anyway.
thing. What are you doing with this?
Complimenting us
What
because you're
I-
about
They're
to say
naked.
something
I have
What
no
I
fucked
will
up.
clue.
say,
Yeah.
first of all, as there's a lot of single moms who have given single moms like myself a really bad rap. And they use men for resources, and they put their children before their serious committed persons, whoever, if they're married or not, before their needs, like their spouse's needs, right? And I don't agree with that if it's a long-term serious thing. So I think that that's to be said for why probably a lot of you, and more reason you said, I don't want to raise two kids. And that's honest, and I appreciate that. However, what I will say, the men that I've met and that I've dated and that have proposed to me, they wanted to marry me and they wanted to be
Wait a minute.
honest, and I appreciate that. However, what I will say, the men that I've met and that I've dated and that have proposed to me.
So you've had men that dated and proposed to you. So why are you not married? She just basically told on her damn self.
They wanted to marry me and they wanted to be a stepfather to my son if I wanted that, right?
You full of shit. You know that, right? You full of shit.
Now, the thing about me that's different from most women is, even though I'm very masculine in how I'm speaking now, because I'm
at least you admit it,
trying to make a point, I'm very feminine, and I let the man take.
How are you very masculine when you're speaking, but you're very feminine? Just because you put on makeup and a dress don't make you feminine. Excuse the fuck out of me?
The lead. And I don't try to say, my son and I are so cool, we're the best. No, I let a man be gracious to me because I'm feminine and I serve his needs. I make sure his sexual needs are served. I make sure that his tummy is full. And my son never goes without, trust me. He's been to 14, 15 countries already. Yeah. So I think the difference is that some men, no disrespect to y'all,
right,
are not cut out for that because it takes a very extremely high alpha man, I think, that would be willing to say, listen, I saw all of you grimace. I watched all your facial expressions. Hold on, let me finish momentarily. That will be willing to step in and raise someone else's son. That takes a very brave, bold man. And there are men out there in the world who will do it when they see the value of a woman that's serving them and saying, listen, yes.
Did you say?
You know what's funny? She started off so well, almost had me nodding, until she went and ruined it with that it takes a high-value alpha man to raise another man's kid nonsense. Like, ma'am, no it doesn't. It takes a desperate man, not an alpha. An alpha builds his own legacy. He doesn't sign up to finish another man's story. And notice how she keeps saying she's different from most women? Every single mom says that. I'm not like the others. But then, in the same breath, she's bragging about how her son's been to 14 countries. That's not femininity. That's subtle flexing.
Like I said, this woman says she's all this stuff, meanwhile she's not. She just told on her damn self and she don't even realize it. She made herself look dumb. It's like, ma'am, come on now. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out. It don't. It don't take a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon to figure that shit out.
That's her way of saying, look, I'm accomplished. I bring value. But the real feminine women she's trying to describe, they don't sell their femininity, they live it. And let's be honest, the whole I cook, I serve, I meet his needs thing only lasts until she gets comfortable.
And another thing, when it comes to that, I cook, I clean, I serve his needs and all this bullshit. Just because you fuck, you suck, and you may cook and clean at certain points in time, don't make it to the point where it's gonna mean something to a man. No, let's keep that a buck. Let's keep that serious. Every biological woman has a coochie. Every biological woman has tits. Every biological woman can suck dick. Most women know how to cook, although they don't do it. Most women know how to clean, although they don't do it. You find the right combination of a woman that cook, clean, know how to shut the fuck up, and do all the nasty stuff in the bed, and is actually feminine. That's rare to find. And that has no kids. That's even rarer to find. Sorry, you're not making yourself sellable. Well, you're not making yourself worth it. You're making yourself seem like you're a liability.
Then it turns into, I'm not your slave. I've seen it too many times. So no, it doesn't take a brave man to raise someone else's child. It takes a man who doesn't understand his purpose. That's not bravery. That's confusion dressed as virtue.
Did you say that there were men that openly came into your life and wanted
Yes.
to help raise your kid?
Yes.
Where are they now?
Well, I was going to tell
Why
you.
didn't they make the cut?
Well,
Them
first of
niggas are so alpha.
hold on. First of all, I didn't choose that, and here's why. And I won't get into my personal. I'll just give you one example. He's very famous. He's in the personal development.
No. Fuck no. No, you said that you were proposed to multiple times by multiple different men, and you didn't choose them. No, you brought out your anecdotal evidence, so you need to elaborate on your evidence, ma'am. You don't simply sit there and say that bullshit, and then all of a sudden, matter of fact, I don't want to go into my personal life. No, you need to explain what the fuck you meant, because at that moment in time, you sound like a complete utter fraud to me.
And here's why. And I won't get into my personal. I'll just give you one example. He's very famous. He's in the personal development world.
Of course he's famous and he's in the personal development world. Of fucking course. What's his name?
He's on Tony Robbins' stage, more than Tony is. So if you know the Tony Robbins world, you know who he is. And
bitch, please look at the woman next to you. She's looking like you lying like a motherfucker.
he's your color. Anyways, he was a lot older than me, and he didn't want to have more children, and I do. I'm going to have at least one or two more. So for me, that was he was very invested in my son, but I said, you know what? I'm waiting for that person who wants to build our own family too. He adopts my son, and we have one together. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I'm right now choosing to give my son a beautiful life. He travels with me around the world. I run my business. He gets to go to my retreats.
Congratulations. Still not fucking worth it.
Etc. And that's what I do. And so I know I'm rare, but I do think it's a
what the fuck, bro? These hoes say the same motherfucking shit every motherfucking time. I know I'm rare. You are the most standard bitch out here that wants to be a boss chick. You are the most standard motherfucker out here. I'm rare. Bitch, no you not. I can walk down the street and see about 10, 12, 20 of you walking down the street with a Birkin bag and driving around in a fucking BMW acting like you worked every fucking penny in the world and you broke. Just because you traveled on me, you worth something, you dumbass. Like, come on now.
huge missed opportunity that men are passing on really good single moms like myself.
Stay single and stay a single mom, because nobody wants to deal with you and your shit.
Because they feel some type of way about it. And like she said, that's your prerogative. But you're also missing the most feminine, nurturing woman on the planet.
Let me fucking just take it here, ma'am. Don't nobody give a fuck about you or your damn bullshit lies, ma'am. I'm sorry to tell you this, but in the reality of the situation, a single mother's not worth it. You may say you're rare and all this bullshit, you're not. You're the most standard thing on the fucking planet. You have a child. Most women nowadays got children out of wedlock. You are a wannabe boss chick. Most women want to be that. You're talking about you're rare and you're all this and all that and all that. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. Nobody really gives a fuck. You're trying to sell yourself as a desirable woman. Meanwhile, your life's choices and your results have proven that you you're not valued. You can't make this shit up. Like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, I'll catch you guys later. And I'll link it down below. Bye, guys.